Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello everyone. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Noor Hadisti Binti Azharudin, and I will be representing my group to do an introduction for our topic, which is bullying at school. Do you guys know that bullying is actually a big and a serious matter? You guys really paid any attention on this issue before? Well, do you guys know about Zulfarhan Osman Zulkarnain? A 21 years old student and a naval cadet of National Defence University of Malaysia. He was bullied till his death. Bullying is an aggressive behavior that mostly happen among school-age children. The behavior is repeated and has the potential to be repeated over time if the bully is not being stopped. Making threats, spreading rumors, attacking someone physically and verbally is some of the examples. Well, you guys know how does a bully works, right? So bullying can occur in anywhere: hallways, classes, playgrounds, buses, classroom before lesson starts. Well, if you guys haven't paid any attention on this issue before, I hope that me and my group, what we will be presenting on is a wake-up call for you guys. They will present the role of the bully itself, the victim, the parents, the teachers, and also the public opinion on that involved in this bullying situation.
Hello everyone and Assalamualaikum. So my name is Aminnuddin bin Noor Azman, and me and my group has been discussing on a topic about bullying is a huge problem at school. As we can see in the medias, in the papers, as of today, bullying has become quite a bad trend within students, especially from Malaysia. So me myself will be talking on behalf of bully him or herself. First of all, I would like to quote research from Dan Always, a Swedish psychologist, identified 5 risk factors that contribute to a boy becoming a bully. Number 1, the parents did not bond well with the child when he or she was an infant. Number 2, parents failed to inhibit the child's aggression. Number 3, parents modeled aggression and physical force as a primary problem-solving strategies. Number 4, the child has an inborn penchant toward aggressive and impulsive behavior. And number 5, the child is larger and stronger than other children his age. So, as we can see, the aggression that is involved in bullying interferes with the empathy needed to refrain from bullying others. There are 2 different types of aggression. Number 1, proactive aggression, and number 2, reactive aggression. Proactive aggression is described as being organized, emotionally detached, and driven by the desire for a reward, whilst reactive aggression is defined as impulsive in response to a perceived threat or precipitant, and usually associated with intense emotion, especially anxiety or anger. So as we can see, we can't prevent bullying any more than we can prevent interpersonal aggression, but we can reduce the incidence and the viciousness of bullying by moving our school communities away from retributive behaviors. And the last of all, bullying is a huge problem that occurs well beyond the school years, and prevention will take a comprehensive societal approach. There are evidence-based bullying prevention programs and social emotional learning programs for schools that have been shown to be effective in reducing bullying. So that's all for me. I would like to say thank you and Assalamualaikum.
guys, it's me again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to the ones who are watching, and also hello everyone. I will be representing my role as the victim on this bullying situation or on this issue. Can I ask you, would you yourself like to be a victim, or your family members, or even your friends? Well, I don't want to get involved in any bullying situation, because I think that being bullied is not a really great kind of feeling, right? So a recent nationwide survey found that 8 out of 10 Malaysian students have encountered bullies in their respective school, while 70% of them had witnessed a peer being bullied just because the way they look, the way they dress, and the way they walked. Another 50% identified that classroom is where bullying usually happens. Another 27% of respondents were victims of humiliating name calling, and the last 16% were victims of hurtful rumors. Well, being bullied comes with a cost, of course, right? It is actually the emotional harm that lasts longer than physical harm, especially during childhood. You don't want your kid or your family members or even your friends to go to, or even you yourself to go through this devastating situation. Depression and anxiety, increased feelings of sadness and loneliness, changes in sleep and eating patterns, loss of interest in activities that you used to enjoy or they used to enjoy, decrease in academic achievement. This is all the effect of bullying on someone. So, but what is concerning is that this effect is actually may persist into their adulthood. Why do I say that this effect, all the negative impact of all of this may persist into their adulthood? Well, for example, depression and anxiety tend to characterize their emotional outlook, extending into their adult life, where it can become chronic. Sometimes it causes lifelong problems. Also, it will be more difficult for them to make and keep relationships, whether with their friends or their romantic partners. And another example would be their inability to trust themselves as a capable individual, because they have been thought that they are too weak and they are too hopeless to everyone, so they do not trust themselves and others. But this all negative impact can be prevented. But how does a victim cope with bullying? Well, a study shows how positive thinking can benefit victims. People who think positively may benefit, including lower level of distress, lower rates of depression, and better coping skills. So there are 3 ways for you to help others, or for you to help yourself if you are one of the victims. So the first one would be positive thinking can impact a person's ability to cope with bullying. Okay, the point is, positive thinkers often identify areas where they can use this situation to their advantage, such as helping others in similar situations. Number 2, positive thinking enhances overall resilience. So resilient people are able to face bullying with strength and resolve rather than falling apart. They are able to preserve and overcome the negative impact of bullying. The last one would be positive thinking can also improve health and well-being. So it will prevent them from depression or anxiety and so on. People who are optimistic are able to focus more on the things that they can control, like their response to the bullying or how are they going to address it. Okay, so that's all from me. I hope that what I said and my points is clear, and what my objective is achieved, to raise this awareness to stop this bullying at school from happening.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Mariam Binti Abdullah. My number matric is A163302. So I'll be speaking about bullying in schools as a parent's opinion or perspective. Okay, so in parents' opinion, if I were expected to marry, I were expected to become a parent. So I should and need to learn the basics of being a parent. So nowadays knowledge are everywhere, so we can find in any platform. So for as a beginner, at least I should try to learn about being a parent through any platform or courses that can help me to understand how to bring up a child, how to properly handle them, how to care for them in a parent's perspective. Okay, so to the issues, sometimes we can see that children have aggressive behaviors. Okay, for these aggressive behaviors, it should be handled properly. Okay, we need to stop this behavior before they become habitual, and we need to encourage them by being cooperative in their behavior. Okay, for this behavior, sometimes children they learn from their parents or their environment, sometimes from their friends. But in any case, some children can develop aggressive in their behavior because a feeling they have inside that they sometimes they wanted to let their parents understand what they feels, but it was not conveyed properly to their parents, and the parents could not understand them. In a bad case, if this child were building the tension, were building the pain up in the future later when he or she become a teenager or adult, it can sometimes make a big problem for them, because this kind of children, if they are not being understand, of if they are not being properly, be cared, be loved, when they have something inside them, it can be a bad memories for them, and children can make that as one of the thing that they feel that they don't like it, and they will find any ways to make the parents understand what they feel. But in some cases, if they are not being taught properly, these children can go to a worse situation to make them be more understood, something like that. Okay, and then develop clear rules and expectation about how children should treat others, and make clear differences in what is wrong and what is right. Okay, so children should be teach about what is wrong and what is right from early upbringing, because later in their adulthood they will at least know what they will at least know how to conduct themselves in public. So for example, if a children was teach from early upbringing, even without parents monitored them, they will know that if they are doing something bad, they shouldn't do that, and they should just leave it. So as a parent, I should teach them clear rules about, as a human being, what we should do and what we shouldn't do. When they see other being bullied, they need to speak up. So as a parent, I should limit their speak. I should limit their thoughts, because if a children was being limited when they were still a child, it is bad for them to think for themselves or to speak out for themselves. So in any worst case, if this kind of child were being bullied, they might want to keep it to themselves, because this kind of children sometimes they don't trust their parents, because they are not used to speak to their parents. They are not used to tell their parents what they feel, what happened to them. So this kind of children need to learn and need to be teach on how to speak, on how to see others being treated. She or he needs to know when something is wrong. She need to speak so that the others will know what is happening. Okay, lastly, parents should be an example model to children so they can wisely judge what the things they should do and they shouldn't do as they grow up. So as a parent, we are an example for children, either from their earliest bringing or until their adult life, because parents play the biggest roles in creating the child's behavior. So as a parent, no matter what, we have to show our children good example as in mannerism, knowledge, and how we should handle a certain situation properly. And no matter what, as a parent, we should teach our children what is good, what is bad, and to not do anything bad to others, no matter how angry they are. If certain children wanted to bully others or being bullied, they need to do what in that kind of situation. As a parent, we should teach them, because nowadays bullying is not a rare case. It's kind of common because of exposed environment, because they are exposed to their upbringing right now. Children can be very, very low self-esteem. They can have a very low self-esteem if they do not being cared, they do not being understand, they didn't get the attention from the parent. So nowadays, being a parent is not all about teaching the children knowledge or making the children successful. As a parent, we should know that children is not tools for a parent to gain name or to be successful or to live a better life, but children is your responsibility. So as a parent, we should teach them the good things and leave the bad things away from them, because they are the responsibility to a parent to make them as a better person. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and a very good day. Today I would like to talk about my role in our discussion topic, that bullying in school is a huge problem. As a teacher, I have a different perspective since I will be the one see the scene first. So, from my perspective, as a teacher, my job is to protect all the students in my class. I don't hold an expectation that this is always easy for you, especially when your child is in pain. When your child is hurting, you hurt. Your focus is not necessarily on the other children involved, but mine must be. There are some things that I cannot say or do for you, because I must also protect the other students in my classroom. I cannot tell you anything private about other students. I cannot tell you what consequences have been given. I cannot tell you about circumstances that may be contributing to the other child's behavior. I can only talk with you about your child, but I'm doing every single thing I can do to serve and protect your son or daughter. I know that behind the behaviors, there's a child in pain. Please know that while I'm doing all that I can to care for the victims of bullying, once I know what is going on, I can take action. How we respond depends on the specific situation. It may be as simple as closely monitoring a certain group of students on the playground. I may just need to rearrange the seating or groups in my classroom, or we might need to consider more serious interventions. Bullying in school, they are different between boys and girls. They have very different bullying tactics. As with other noted gender differences, boys' behavior when bullying is most often out in the open and easy to recognize. They do things like teasing them relentlessly with loud, obnoxious commands, kicking the back of their desk, pushing or knocking into them on purpose as they walk by. Even going back to the tactic of days gone by, the messy, irritating speedball. What surprises me time and time again is not that the bullies behave this way, or even that they are so brazen about it with no fear or remorse when caught by an adult, but rather the common reaction of the victim. Would you like to move seats? Are these boys bothering you? Is there anything I can do for you? The answer to this question is a resounding no. And the message I am given with the silence and head down on the desk is one of the resignation and hopelessness, as if nothing I or any adult in the building can do to help will actually be of any help. The message from this kind of acceptance of bullying is what most adults may like to choose to ignore. The bullying I have witnessed in the classroom is nothing compared to what is happened out of the classroom, in the hallway, on the sidewalk, in the student parking lot. When I say it's different for boys and girls, girls are the master of bullying under the dada. The appearance of innocence and the fake smiles on a group of girls' faces in class can make a teacher easily overlook the fact that the student sitting only one or two chairs away is fighting back cheers or is visibly agitated, though attempting to remain calm. The girls who are intent on bullying to do so, it seems primarily with hurtful words. Words meant to destroy reputation and friendships and boy-girl relationships, ultimately to cast doubt upon the character and value of their peers. As a teacher, it is very difficult to isolate these incidents or to accuse the aggressor without hard evidence. While I'm often left with a strong gut feelings that something is not right, that the situation is indeed going on, so even if I can identify who I believe is involved. Schools have numerous policies and action plans for dealing with bullying incidents in their buildings. Teachers are looking to protect and educate all their students on the harmful effects of such behavior. We do a lot of things to prevent bullying from occurring in our schools. So for the first thing that we do is create a safe, supportive environment. As a teacher, we can create a place that's safe and supportive. This means teaching students to welcome and include everyone. This also involves monitoring traditional bullying hotspots and encouraging students to open up about incidents of bullying so they can be addressed by us and other staff members immediately before it's too late. Next, we offer supports. If we stop an incident of bullying, separate the children involved and gather all of the facts that what may have led to the situation, it's important to support both the victim and the aggressor. Allow them both to understand why the situation occurred and offer them guidance and alternatives so they can prevent it from happening again. Recognize that communication is the key to make a change, and that includes following up with both students who consistently guide them toward healthy coping strategies and resilient outcomes. Next, seek professional development. We may think we have the answer, but bullying has evolved, so must we. There are a variety of professional development opportunities so that we can use to advance our practice and support our students. Having every staff members on the same page is essential for how to handle situation of bullying in our campus. Check out anti-bullying courses and webinars to help us colleges advance our collective anti-bullying approach. Teach kindness and empathy. When students are able to approach ideas and problems from multiple perspectives, they are less likely to bully others. As a teacher, we have to find a way to help children understand and appreciate their identity as well as others. To do this requires empathy and kindness. Empathy is the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes, and teachers need to embed this skill into their curriculum. The sum of the things that I will do as a teacher. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Vinnodth, and now I'll be speaking about the public's perspective on bullying in school. Bullying has become a frequent occurrence in schools everywhere, regardless whether it's primary, secondary, or even tertiary. It's not acceptable to bully another person just because they are different. Would you like to see someone you love, like your brother or your sister, get bullied? It is not okay to say bullying is wrong, but to stand by and watch it happen right in front of you. Action is needed to spread awareness to the people that belittling another person because of their differences is abusive and cannot be tolerated. Remember Navin, a secondary school student who was beaten to death violently by his bullies because they couldn't accept his differences. It is not okay to bully, but there are some ways to overcome bullying. Firstly, you can conduct awareness campaigns on bullying to share the negative effects it can have on a person. Secondly, short films about bullying can help provide a message and information on the topic of bullying and the right course of action in such situations. And thirdly, organize talks on the matter from previous bully victims and how they overcame it. These are some of the few ways that could help in the prevention of bullying. Thank you. Bullying has become a serious matter. Students are afraid to go to school because they are afraid of getting bullied. And bullies has become a widespread in schools nowadays. All those negative impacts explained in this video are concerning, as it may persist into their adulthood lives and cause lifelong issues. It is important that a child is raised in a non-aggressive surrounding, especially at home. First education comes from home. Parents play the biggest role in child development. It is important for a parent to learn and understand the needs and the wants of their children. And teachers in this world must know how to prevent bullying from happening in school and bullies becoming a usual thing in school. And as public, we have to learn tolerance, acceptance, compassion to build a more loving society for our children to live in the future. Thank you.